What's up, you guys? I'm back once again with another person in the video. Um, when I was younger, and I was like two mom and dad had an argument, and one thing led to another, and mom told him to get up. He got up. Remember, like it was clear as day yesterday. I was laying on my mom's chest watching. I don't know what show I was watching. I couldn't. I didn't really pay attention to the show because I mostly just paid attention to my mom and my dad arguing. Mom told him to get up. Had anger problems ever since. Um, I was in at the hospital, you know what I'm saying, when I was younger, from the age of probably, shit, I don't even know. Probably, I would say probably like 5 to 10. In and out, like literally, like I was in there for months on end, getting shots in my ass, getting basically held down and getting shot in my ass because I hate shots being in my ass, getting shot in my ass by anything. And it kind of altered a lot about me. You know what I'm saying? It made me, that was the first time I ever had suicidal thoughts. Ever. Because I felt like a caged animal being locked up for months on end, weeks on end. You know, mom came to see me, but it was hard. You know what I'm saying? It was hard to talk to people because I was so caged in. And it just, I didn't know how to express myself. So in that process, I came up with imaginary fucking friends because I didn't have any friends. I was suicidal, and all the people that was there, that was worse than me. There was a guy, I don't know his name. It was a little kid. He used to run around butt naked and running people with shadows. It was funny at first, and then I was like, damn, he has a mental illness, and I and I'm like, don't belong here. You know what I'm saying? Like I spazzed out like almost every other night because I I didn't feel like I belonged there. But at the same time, every time I got mad and angry, they had to restrain me and get me to calm down, and I wouldn't calm down. Like anything they did, like give me shots in my ass, so it would. How do I put this? It would make me get even madder and madder and madder, and it gotten worse to the point where I started hiding how I really feel because I didn't know what the hell I would do if I blew up for real. And I had um there was like levels to this one hospital or whatever. Our Lady of Peace. Well, it was okay. It probably called, but it was called Olop when I went. I guess I don't know. Our Lady of Peace had like so many fucking names, but I was there when it was Olop or whichever. Um, and there was like green level, you could do anything you want. Red level, you was kind of red was like bad. Red aggression was worse than anything. Like I swear it was like worse. And with me, I traveled on red aggression a lot because I was like I said, I was always mad. I always held in my anger until I exploded. And when I exploded, it was shit. I don't even know how to explain that shit, but it was terrible. Like to the point where I got so mad that I literally almost got my arm broke because I was moving so much and they had my arm like in an arm lock behind my back. And I moved so much that they started tightening it and I almost broke my arm because of that. And, you know, stayed pretty much doped up on pills for my anger. And it was kind of fucked up, you know. I looked out at the world every day, and I started to hate the world because I was closed off in the world. I was closed off from my mom's, my sister. Um, I didn't even make friends. I didn't like make friends for real because like I was so locked up, and I was like, fuck it. And most of the shit that I was coming up with was suicidal thoughts, ways to kill myself. So growing up, I just I started to try to kill myself. I started grabbing anything I could, grab belts, tied around my neck, choked the shit out of myself till I blacked out. Even if I woke up, I would keep doing it until I didn't feel anything. Like I didn't want to be on this earth for like a long time. And I struggled with being suicidal at a young age and anger problems at a young age also. And as the years went on, it kind of just got worse because I never thought that I had a person or anybody to talk to because I didn't think anybody understood what I was going through. And don't get me wrong, when I got older, I had a therapist and stuff like that, and I felt like I couldn't even talk to her or my mom as much as I wanted to. I couldn't. Like I really couldn't. I tried my hardest to try to talk, and it got worse over the years, and just nothing worked. They tell me to breathe every time I get angry, count to 10, all that, and nothing worked. Like so, I got released at the age of 10 from like this from OAP because I kept going in and out. And when I was in there, the only thing that helped me control my anger was whenever I got mad and we had gym time, I would run around the gym as fast as I could. Like I would have races with people that was faster than me, and I would win. And it made me so happy because I was doing something that I really loved. Running and playing pool was like my two best friends back then. You know, stop running. You know, I used to play little league football for the Steelers. Then they turned into the Louisville Fire, and it helped when I got out. When I got out, I ended up joining them, and it kind of helped me for a while. And then once I like got in middle school, that's when I kind of stopped playing football and stuff like that. And that's when I started getting in more trouble, stuff like that. And that's when I started gaining a lot of weight because I didn't have nothing to release my anger. Like I didn't play like, and where I went to middle school, it was Western, and I didn't have any football team or anything. So I kind of played basketball. Basketball was my outlet at one point. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up having a bully there. I ended up getting bullied because I had big lips, as you can see. I'll show you. Got big lips. And other reasons. And you get into a fight, and I used to want to fight a bunch of people. And because they'll make fun of me, they'll call me blowfish. They would say a bunch of hurtful things. And in middle school, I distanced myself a lot from a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And I would come in school. I would come to school high every day because I didn't want to feel that pain no more. Like it was just one of the things where I needed something to escape from. If I couldn't talk to nobody and my anger problem was to get worse, I would honestly smoke weed. I would smoke whatever it took, mainly weed. You know, and that didn't work. If I didn't get any weed, I would cut. That would be my outlet. That was my outlet for a couple years. It was my outlet, cutting. My mom didn't even know I cut, like literally, until I showed her one night. But we're gonna get to that in the next video. But yeah, I started cutting. Started doing a bunch of stuff, and then at the age of let's see, it was like sixth grade. So I had to been no more than like 12, 13, and you know. I didn't really think of nothing of it. I was listening to music, listening to different types of music. I love old school music, so when I was listening to old school music, it kind of helped a little bit. So then I started listening to rap music. It really helped for a while. Anyway, and then when I was 13, I was listening to Boyz II Men one night and singing it. And I was like, oh my goodness, I can sing a little bit. But I didn't like me singing. Like I just sang just to be singing, just to release some pain. And I wrote some songs down. Started writing songs left and right. Not a lot, just probably like I probably would stay on the same song about 2 days, maybe less. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how I felt, I would stick with it a little bit. And then I started listening to Lil Wayne and Eminem, and they inspired me to write raps. So I ended up writing my first rap at the age of 12, 13. Well, yeah, 12. And I didn't really finish it until like 13 though. But that was like one rap. And I jumped on and off about writing songs and raps and stuff like that all the time because I never really thought none of it. I was like, okay, it was just something to play around with and just get my mind off things. And I did it, did it for a while, and I just stopped all of a sudden one day because my anger got that bad. And I remember one day when I was younger that I had came home on a pass. Came home because like when you get on green level, when you stay on green level, I think like a week or so, or something like that. I don't know. But me and my sister ended up having like this huge fight, and that was like my first time ever. And my sister was like, I told her I'll grab a butcher knife and kill her. She thought I was playing. She kept making me mad. She kept saying stuff, and I ended up grabbing it. I ended up grabbing the butcher knife, and I ended up running around the house trying to stab her. If it wasn't for my mom being there at that second when I was coming close to go stab her, mom threw the knife out of my hand and attacked me. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have my sister would not be here today. Like literally today, my sister would not be here. Let alone have a kid. Let alone have a um a boyfriend that loves her so much. Like really. And it just that that right there, my anger, holding it in, and my dad telling me a bunch of stuff that I believe I really shouldn't have believed, but at a young age, I believed it. Because what your parents say when you're a kid impacts your life. It sticks with you no matter what happens. It sticks with you. So it stuck with me for a long time. Anger problems became released as in smoking weed. So at a young age, in like seventh grade, I smoking weed for the first time, as and I ended up I drank my first breath at like at like 7 years, like in seventh grade also. So weed and alcohol was always there for me, and it's what I grew up watching. Like my dad would smoke, and my dad would get mad. He would go out, drink, smoke. You know what I'm saying? He'll get addicted to, I think, crack, cocaine, heroin, anything. Basically, anything he get his hands on, he did it, and it resulted in breaking up our family and him doing some unforgettable things and like touching my sister, physically abusing her, physically and sexually. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of hurt. You know what I'm saying? I it kind of built up, and I never said anything. It kind of built up after multiple years, and that's sort of kind of reason why I got anger problems because I regret a lot of things. But like I said, stay tuned to the next video. It's your boy Cedric, and look out for part three. Part three. Look out for that, and yeah, just look out for that, and you'll see me again. Peace, love, and happiness.